Virgo. So this is your story, and this very much is a story about someone or a group of you who are going through a massive spiritual transformation. So here we are. So we first start with the hunter. This very much feels to me that whether it was subconscious or conscious, that you have been seeking growth within yourself. But also, it feels to me like you've also been bombarded recently, with all of these opportunities for you to really clearly see yourself and your situation and the places where you have space for growth, and really looking at yourself very clearly where you can improve yourself. So the reason why I say that is because the next two cards after the hunter are Gnosis and Thanatos. I always put them upside down. Here you go. So to me it says that this bombardment of, or this abundance of spiritual energy going on right now in your reality is really making you look at things in a very transformational way. And this feels to me like there is no escape from this. For whoever spiritual awakening or spiritual ascension this is, it's underway. Everything has been planned, everything has been laid out already. You just have to go through these motions. This card also, to me, comes with a lot of shame and guilt. So perhaps, this is why I say that, the hunter to me also comes with a lot of shame and guilt, because back in the serious hunting days, if a hunter came home, their responsibility was to feed and to provide for the family, for the village. And if they came home empty-handed, it was viewed and felt as a failure on their part to be able to provide. And so that created a lot of shame or guilt within themselves. And I think this feels to me that this is exactly what's been illuminated for you. It's funny I say illuminated because there's so much darkness in this transformation. But this is, I'll show you here, this has very much been guided by your spiritual team, by your higher self, your spiritual team, the all, God, whatever it is that you want to call it. That's why I said everything is very much planned out and very supported right now, is because there are so many cards here that are asking you to really look at yourself and your situation. So the point of all this, the point of you going through all of this shame and guilt and looking at situations around you or within yourself that are mirroring that to you, to create the spiritual ascension, is because you are becoming the one. And to me what this says is that you are finally getting to a place where, more so than not, you are in contact or you are aligned with your higher self. And so this reading really isn't telling me, it's telling me it doesn't matter how it's showing up in your experience, whether it is through other people, in a work situation, in a lover, in a family situation, in friendships. It's almost saying to me, it doesn't matter how it's showing up in your life, in your experience, because this is really just about you. It's about you being able to see yourself clearly through anything that's in your life right now. And so for this transformation to take place, we have to take some time, you have to take some time to set boundaries. But really, there is a little bit of time here. I don't see a rush. I feel like everything is planned out and laid out for you. There's no real rush. The advice here, I believe, is to take your time, be with yourself for a little bit, figure out what these messages are, what your patterns are, and set yourself boundaries around those. And to help you with that standing still, these moments, the advice here would be to ground yourself. And as an earth sign, I think you can understand how important that is, to do a lot of grounding meditations or have a grounding ritual for yourself, especially if you want to maintain this connection to your higher self, this alignment. Now, we can't all be in alignment all the time, constantly, but very much when you are in that in that grounded state, you are able to connect with your higher self for a longer period of time than possibly even you could imagine. And it's funny I say that you have some time, because right next to the stand still card came the surrender now. Surrender now. So I don't feel like the surrender now is telling you do it now quickly. It must be rushed. I think what the surrender now is actually saying is surrender now to this new way of life, this new ritual that you have to create for yourself. And the reason why you have to be more diligent and be more I want to say serious about your new spiritual rituals and insights is because this next card coming next to the Earth card, the Earth Keeper, is telling me, especially as an Earth sign, that perhaps you have some kind of contract or mission that you are holding down a vibration or a frequency. I believe they call them grids for perhaps an entire community. It could be your neighborhood, it could be your area. This seems big to me because we have the world here. And I with all the panic going on recently in the world, it very much feels like a lot of us are being called to hold an entire vibration or frequency for the entirety of humanity. But with this world here, it really makes me think like you're being called to let go, create boundaries, let go of a lot of things that might have caused you shame and guilt in the past. Oh, cards are jumping. Go deep within to release anything that might have caused you a split in your consciousness. Maybe you did a lot of things out of guilt when you really knew that you shouldn't be doing, or a lot of things brought you shame that really shouldn't have. It's really making you look at all those things, and you have, this is over here saying you have everything around you, you have all the information you need. You have everything you need to change, to make this happen. You can see everything clearly. You have all the tools, all the information you need to get down to this transformation. Oh, forgive my English. And with all of this grounding and with all of this spiritual energy coming your way or present for you, and all of this meditation and the setting of boundaries, it's telling here that one, you will find your own beauty, you will find your own inner essence and really connect with it in a really beautiful way. Also, some of you might, if you can hear that, one of my cats is getting in trouble. Some of you have a really strong connection to flowers. Some of you have a really strong connection with insects, animals. And here is the dragonfly. But there's this light coming from the middle of the flower, from inside the flower, and this is the light that you really are looking to connect with, to really transform your life and to really follow the beat of your own drum, follow your own pace, follow your own comfort, Follow your own guidance. You're really strongly connecting to, here again, animals, and drums are very physical thing that you can, you can touch, you can feel. And again, I mean, with all of these earth elements and all this, I mean, you can see here, how about that? There we go. You can see here that following your own calling, following your own beliefs, recreating yourself, letting go of all this guilt and shame. In a way here, it's also telling you that your material life, your safety, your comfort levels, everything is going to be enhanced. But a big aspect of this is very much, there's a mission here about being an earth keeper, holding down a grid of energy for a community or for the entire world, for humanity. And then I pulled some cards just to see what Tarot had to say, and it really is to me that, especially as an earth sign, again, everything about here is so earth sign driven. You're becoming the King of Acorns, the King of Pentacles in traditional Tarot, but this is just huge. This feels huge to me. And to become this King of Acorns, what you are getting is, this is Ace of Feathers and Six of Feathers, which is very much like getting the clarity you need, getting the information you need, getting the truth you need within yourself, and then moving out of, with that insight, with that information. And again, this is another dragonfly, moving out of this old way of doing things out of guilt and shame and feeling shame for it, and really becoming a grounded, strong King of Pentacles, an innovator. So this is what I have for you. I hope it helps, and I will see you next time.